Good morning, good morning, good morning, YouTube. Looks like I might be able to do a live stream after all. We're going to do this morning's thanks to the unbelievable comments since we've been here. More refresh on something that I believe a lot of people may have missed. Or not that they missed, but maybe that they're not paying attention to. And I know we went over this times. But Matthew chapter 7. Judging and being judged. Judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye mete, that measure shall be made again. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thy own eye? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, Let me pull the mote out of thy own eye, or out of thy eye, and behold the beam in thy own eye? Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of your own eye, and then you can see clearly to cast out the mote out of your brother's eye. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn again and rend you. That was chapter 7, verse 1 through 6. Please, if you have any trouble with judgment, and not everybody does, I know I'm having a little issue with one of the, well, not just one, but a couple of people that like to judge people because they don't think the same way that they do. You know, I understand a lot of people didn't understand why I would want to come back to the slabs, but I enjoy it out here. This is where we considered home, and we enjoyed it very much. The people here are, yes, they have some that are not the nicest people, but they do have a lot of very, very, very people. They have a lot of very good people. The slabs is full of very artistic people. There's beauty all over the place. And it really shows how humble yet full of life that someone can be. And for the comments saying that I'm trash and that the slab people are trash, that is what we call judgment. And that is false judgment. That is made by a person that's never been out here, more than likely. And if they have been out here, then they did not soak in and see the beauty of the place. Instead, they want to pass judgment on people. And we all get this all of the time. But judge people you don't know. It's not right to judge people because you don't like them or you don't understand their point. You don't think the same way they do. Whatever the case is, we don't have the power to judge others. Well, we have the power to judge others, but our judgment is void. It doesn't make any difference. Judgment is held by the Father himself. not by us. You know, I don't really care about the comments any because I can overlook them, but I am very, very concerned about this certain individual's heart. If your heart's not in the right place, you're in a very dangerous place. If your heart is with God, then you won't judge. It is one of the most well taught lessons that Jesus ever taught when he walked all around and he taught all the people around. He taught forgiveness. He taught love. It was the most valuable lesson that he could have ever taught, and it was the one that he taught the most. All through that Bible, all through this great book, it speaks about loving your neighbor as you love yourself. And it speaks about being kind to one another, and it speaks about judgment. All through there, okay. And I don't care what religion you're in. I have actually studied in other religions, and I've come to realize that almost every religion has the same guidelines. Be a decent person. How do you be a decent person? You don't judge the ones around you. You don't want them to judge you, so you don't judge them. And I'm not getting on to you, brother. You know who you are. I'm not getting on to you, brother, but I'm just disappointed that you have so much bad judgment against me and the people in the slabs, and you obviously know nothing about us. So please, I'm just telling you in kindness, but for your own sake, stop judging. Stop judging me. Stop judging the people out here. Stop judging the people around you. Most of all, stop judging yourself. Okay? We're all part of God's beauty, all part of God's people, and we all deserve equal chance. We have no right to ridicule each other. We have no right to try to tear somebody else's spirit down by saying mean and hateful things. Whatever it is that is in your heart that you haven't released and you haven't let go of that has caused you to keep all of this anger built up, you really need to find a way to get it out of you. You need to find that inner peace where you realize that judging is not your place. You know, the old saying, live and let live. Trust me, it'll bring your soul to a spiritual plane that is just out of this world. Okay? You'll get more spiritual, and you'll be closer to God than you've ever thought possible, just by simply trying everything you can not to judge, and try everything you can to love even the people that don't do things the way you think is right. Forgive all, love all, and don't judge. Don't be so quick to judge. I'm a very kind-hearted person, and I prove to y'all because y'all judged me nonstop. Talk about go get a job, go do this, you're a bum, do this, do that. I wouldn't done all that. Like I told y'all, I'm not happy doing that. I'm not scared of work, not by any means. Work does not, fear of work is not in me whatsoever. I love it out here. And I love that when I work out here, I work with my hands and I build something that is there. That is an accomplishment. It's not just so that I'm getting ready to pay the next month's rent, and I'm getting ready to add these bills on or those bills on or anything else. You got to understand, just because I think differently doesn't make me any better or any worse than you. So why is it that a person honestly believes that they have the right to judge another person? We're all just barely making it through this life as it is. We're all doing it different ways. We should be enjoying the way that we're doing it. If we're not enjoying what we're doing, then we need to do something else, right? Think about it. If you're not happy, then you do what makes you happy. And if you're doing what makes you happy, and I'm doing what makes me happy, and your neighbor's doing what makes him happy, then what in the world makes you think that tearing a person down and telling them and trying to tell them how worthless they are in your eyes, what do you think that's helping? Yes, you are right. When judging someone, you're actually judging yourself, and you're also condemning yourself. By judging another, you are condemning yourself. You got to understand that. What does the Bible say about? What else does the Bible say about forgiveness? It says everything about forgiveness. But listen, what does it say about forgiveness? It says that forgive others, just as our Father has forgiven us. Because if we have not forgiveness in our heart for others, our Father's won't forgive us. See, this place is full of people that are really just sick and tired of society. And they're sick and tired of society. Why? Because they feel that they don't fit in. And they don't. They don't fit in because there's people that ridicule them all the time and judge them every single move they make. And they don't feel welcome. That is not the way to be. We love our neighbors as we love ourselves. That's the way we should be. So if you're ever curious about it, and you ever want to check yourself, see if you're in that line of judgment, and go to the 7th book of Matthew and read it. Verses 1 through 6. It's right there. That should explain everything. If it doesn't, there's many, many more in that Bible if you just open it up and read it. But as far as your judgment, it's forgiven. I don't hold any judgment about it. But I will ask you, please, if all you have is nasty, mean things to say about what I do because you don't like or you don't think that what I do corresponds with what you think is right, and because my idea of perfect isn't your idea of perfect, just hold your tongue. There's no point in trying to ridicule somebody because they have a different thought and they have a different opinion. You like to live in a home. You like to have 4 walls around you. You like to be in that box, sheltered away from the elements, sheltered away from the beauty, and that is fine. That is great. That is for you. Wonderful. Me, I like being out here. I like being in nature. I like being out in the elements. I like being closer to God. That's me. Okay? We may be different. But ultimately, you have no right to judge me. Nor do I have any right to judge you. All is forgiven, all is forgotten. But please, man, when it comes to judgment, and you go to pointing fingers, always remember the golden rule. Point fingers like that, you got 3 of them pointing right back at you. It's the sad truth. Okay? Be a good person. And always remember, Jesus loves you, so do I. Y'all have a blessed day. By the looks of it, we definitely